Have you ever heard the quote, "Comparison is the thief of joy"? Well, if you get to thinking about it, this quote is pretty darn accurate. I'm Marley Musarra, mentor for heart-centered and amplified living, and today we'll be talking about toxic comparison and imposter syndrome. First, we'll define each of these, then we'll look at the negative impacts that they have, and lastly, we'll talk about 5 steps to fight off imposter syndrome and toxic comparison. And why is this important? Because you don't want to get stuck in the negative impacts of these two things. You want to be able to move out of self-doubt and shine your gifts into the world, because you deserve it and the world deserves it too. So let's get started. Imposter syndrome, what is it? It's this idea that you aren't actually deserving or worthy of whatever role you play. You aren't smart enough, educated enough, ready enough, certified enough, whatever it may be, you aren't enough to be this role. You're an imposter. And then along with this, we have toxic comparison. So this is looking at someone else and what they're doing and just coming into a ton of self-doubt, thinking they're doing this, they're doing so much better than me. Why do I even bother? I shouldn't even try, I'm quitting. So I kind of already mentioned it. Those are the negative impacts of the two of these, is it makes you feel like it's not even worth it to try. It makes you feel like your gifts are not worthy. And that is so far from the truth. We need your gifts in this world. We need your personalized, individualized gifts, passions, and you. So don't get caught up in these 5 steps in order to fight them off. So step number 1, if you are ever feeling the impacts of toxic comparison or imposter syndrome, immediately whatever you were doing to cause this, stop, pause, put whatever it is away, look the other way, and just take a moment. Next, write down all those things that you're thinking and feeling. So actually put them out onto paper or your phone notes, whatever it is. Say the things, even if they're scary. I'm not good enough, I'm not X enough, whatever it is, they're better at this than me, I should have just done this, whatever the thoughts might be. So actually write them down. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is then to take a minute to shake them off, breathe, do whatever you need to do to come back to the present moment. So a big lion's breath, shaking, whatever it is. And then step number 4 is to actually see truth. Look at if there is truth in what you're saying. So go through each of the comments that you put, and for whatever you wrote down, come up with the opposing truth. So for example, if my toxic comparison was I'm looking at this other yoga teacher doing retreats and seeing that they immediately sell out all their retreats, I might say, for my imposter syndrome, I barely even count as a yoga teacher or a retreat leader. And for the comparison, I might say, like, look how much better they're doing. And then if those were the things I wrote down, then in order to see truth, I would say, okay, but I'm just starting out and one day I will sell out these retreats too, or whatever it might be for you. So write down the BS and then clear it off. Say, no, that's a lie. This is the truth. Write down the opposing truth. And then lastly, step number 5, come back to your why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why is it important to you? For me, it's healing the individual so I can heal the collective. And when I'm feeling those moments of self-doubt, toxic comparison, whatever it might be, I come back to that purpose, that why. And I think, you know what? I have made an impact on these exact people in these exact moments. So I am doing what I was put here to do. All right, so just remember, please, that you are usually your biggest critic. Other people might not even be paying attention. They don't have the time and energy. They're too busy criticizing themselves. And then also, there's always going to be someone on both ends of the spectrum doing better in one area, worse in the other, whatever it may be. Don't get caught up on them. Focus on you, focus on your growth, focus and celebrate what you have done, all of those accomplishments, and shine your personalized, special, beautiful gifts into the world. We need you, we need your gifts. If you find yourself caught in this toxic comparison or imposter syndrome, use these 5 steps and get back into shining your gifts. If you like this video, go ahead and do something to celebrate your accomplishments so far today. Write down everything you did today, this week, this year, or your whole entire life. Celebrate you, what you've accomplished, and who you are and what you're put here to do. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.